have a serious question for you. Have backgrounds, historically speaking, been very helpful in your game? If so, I would love to know of a time the background you chose at character creation had any marked effect on the campaign you were running at the time. More often than not, I'm afraid choosing a background gives little more than a pinch of salt to watered down stew. Well, today all of that is changing. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning bastion of awesomeness, welcome back. Welcome to Knights of the Round, a channel dedicated to all things D&D. Now, we all know that selecting a background for your character is more than just choosing a role-playing flavor. It's like picking the tools in your adventurer's toolkit. Whether you're navigating bustling cities such as Neverwinter and Baldur's Gate with the urchin background, or you're smoothly gliding through political landscapes as a courtier, your choice can be a key factor in your party's success. But for those of us who revel in the art of min-maxing, aiming to make our characters as formidable as possible right out of the gate, this is the episode for you. Buckle up as we explore, in alphabetical order, 5 backgrounds that can skyrocket your character's potency and potentially break the game in your favor. So grab your dice, prepare your character sheets, and let's uncover the secrets of these game-breaking backgrounds in Dungeons & Dragons 5e. First up on our list is the Astral Drifter background from the Astral Adventurer's Guide. This background allows the Magic Initiate feat to be taken. The Magic Initiate feat states that a class should be selected from a list of options: Bard, Cleric, Druid, Sorcerer, Warlock, or Wizard. You gain proficiency in 2 cantrips of your choice from the chosen class's spell list. Additionally, you can pick 1 first-level spell from the same list. With this feat, you can cast the chosen spell once at its lowest level, and all you need to do is a long rest before using this feature again. Your spellcasting ability for these chosen spells is determined by the class you've selected. Okay, here's the caveat. You don't actually get a choice because Cleric is selected by default for you. Personally, if I were choosing the Astral Drifter as my character's background, I would choose Guidance and Toll of the Dead as my cantrips. Maybe Spare the Dying if I were going for more of a utility build. Lastly, for my first level spell, that's easy. I'd choose Bless. Next up on our list is perhaps my favorite because it's so incredibly versatile, and I know you players out there love versatility. The Giant Foundling background is from Bigby Presents Glory of the Giants. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Where the heck is this guy getting these campaigns? I've never heard of them. I know, but do a check. I promise you these campaigns are out there. There is precedent. So, this background yields the Strike of the Giant's feat. This feat states that once per turn, when you hit a target with a melee weapon attack or a ranged weapon attack using a thrown weapon, you can imbue the attack with an additional effect depending on the benefit you choose. So with the Fire Strike, the target takes an extra 1d10 fire damage. With Frost Strike, the target takes an extra 1d6 cold damage, and if they fail a Constitution saving throw, their speed is reduced to 0 until the start of your next turn. Hill Strike, the target takes an extra 1d6 of the weapon's type, and it must succeed on a strength saving throw or have the prone condition. Stone Strike, the target takes an extra 1d6 force damage, and if the creature fails a strength saving throw, it is now pushed 10 feet away from you in a straight line. Storm Strike, the target takes an extra 1d6 lightning damage, and if they fail a Constitution saving throw, it has disadvantage on attack rolls until the start of your next turn. And check this out. Cloud Strike, my favorite. The target takes an extra 1d4 thunder damage. If the target fails a Wisdom saving throw, you become invisible until the start of your next turn or until immediately after you make an attack roll or cast a spell. I don't know about you, but I find this pretty awesome. Let me know in the comments below which one you'd choose. Number 3 on our list of to-dos is the Knight of Solamnia background from the Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen campaign. The feat this background yields is the Squire of Solamnia feat. This feat states, your training in the ways of the Knights of Solamnia grant you these benefits. Mount up. Mounting or dismounting costs you only 5 feet of movement. Precise strike. Once per turn, when you make a weapon attack roll against a creature, you can cause the attack roll to have advantage. If the attack hits, you roll a d8 and add the number rolled as a bonus to the attack's damage roll. You can use this benefit a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, but a use is expended only if the attack hits. You regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. I must say, when I first glanced at this feat, I felt it was pretty weak overall, but that part about uses of this feat not being expended upon a miss was a welcome find. What do you guys think? Is it worthwhile? Number 4 on our list happens to come from the same campaign as number 3. The Mage of High Sorcery background also comes from the Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen campaign, and yields the Initiate of High Sorcery feat. This feat states that you must choose one of 3 moons of Kryn to influence your magic: the Black Moon of Nuitari, the Red Moon of Lunitari, and the White Moon of Solanari. You learn 1 cantrip of your choice from the wizard's spell list and 2 first-level spells based on the moon you chose as specified in the Lunar Spells table. With Nuitari, you must choose 2 from Dissonant Whispers, False Life, Hex, and Ray of Sickness. With Lunitari, you must choose 2 from Color Spray, Disguise Self, Featherfall, and Longstrider. With Solanari, you must choose 2 from Comprehend Languages, Detect Evil and Good, Protection from Evil and Good, and Shield. You can cast each of the chosen first-level spells without a spell slot, and you must finish a long rest before you can cast them in this way again. You can also cast the spells using any spell slots you have. Okay, I'm going to give you some specific recommendations about this in a second, but first, I just want to draw your attention to the sheer amount of choices you have with the Initiate of High Sorcery feat. After all, variation and versatility are hallmarks of a character that can achieve some pretty great things in the game. Am I right? I mean, I know the name of this feat suggests that you should already be a casting class to use, but you know as well as I do that's not a necessity. Ultimately, I did choose a casting class, and it may not be the one you expect. Okay, here goes. After some research, I've got some spell recommendations for you. Nuitari, for me, takes the crown of the best spell list, boasting the formidable combo of Dissonant Whispers and Hex. As for cantrips, in most situations, either Mage Hand or Minor Illusion from the Mage spell list are pure tier S. As for which classes might benefit most from choosing Nuitari, I really like the Bard, but especially the Cleric. What do you guys think? Which class or classes would be your pick if you were playing? Would you even pick Nuitari? Tell me in the comments. Lastly, but certainly not least, we have at number 5 the Rune Carver background from Bigby Presents Glory of the Giants. So I have a confession. I originally told you all that the Strike of the Giants feat from the Giant Foundling background was my favorite. I'm sorry to say that was because I hadn't properly read the Rune Carver background to completion. My apologies. This background yields the Rune Shaper feat, which states that you are granted proficiency in a number of runes equal to half your proficiency bonus rounded down, chosen from the Rune Spells table. After each long rest, you have the ability to inscribe these runes into a non-magical item, such as a weapon, armor, or clothing upon touch. These inscribed runes temporarily impart knowledge of first-level spells corresponding to the chosen runes from the table. This knowledge lasts until the completion of another long rest, at which point the runes fade. While carrying or wearing an object marked with these runes, you can cast the associated spells using any available spell slots. Additionally, you have the power to invoke a rune inscribed on an object you carry or wear, casting its associated spell without expending a spell slot or requiring material components. However, this ability can only be used once before necessitating another long rest. Your spellcasting ability for this feat can be chosen as either Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma when selecting the feat. As you progress in levels, you have the flexibility to swap one known rune from another rune from the spell's table. The Cloud, Death, Dragon, Enemy, Fire, Friend, Frost, Hill, Journey, King, Mountain, Stone, and Storm runes correspond directly to the Fog Cloud, Inflict Wounds, Chromatic Orb, Disguise Self, Burning Hands, Speak with Animals, Armor of Agathis, Goodberry, Longstrider, Command, Entangle, Sanctuary, and Thunderweave spells. Wow, guys, this one is incredible. Not only can you choose a number of spells your class may not have access to, but also cast them with no spell slots or without the use of material components. Not only that, but this feat grows better as you rise in levels, corresponding to your proficiency bonus, and you have the option to change them all around after a long rest, so you're not locked into the same spell list. I'm absolutely floored. Didn't I say game-changing? All right, my friends, these are 5 backgrounds existing in 5e today that come with 5 feats that must be considered. Take your game and your character's power level to new heights with one of these 5 distinct backgrounds, and please let me know how it goes. Before I sign off, I have some homework for you all. Go to the comments now and tell me either with which min-max class you would use this feat, or your favorite picks from the spell list, or you could just go crazy and do both. This has honestly been fun and very educational for me, and I sincerely hope so for you as well. The only problem with these backgrounds and corresponding feats is now getting your DM to allow you to use them. Please help this small channel with a like, comment, and most especially a subscription. It's such a small thing, and more content like this will be coming soon. Until then, stay legendary, keep those dice rolling, and may the odds be ever in your favor.